will be responsible for the sales of this particular product only. I mean, FRT only.
FRT. Have you signed it?
Abhi, I have text in this chat. I have
in this
check
chat only. One second.
Video call ki chat mein I have shared it.
Okay. Can you send me on the WhatsApp because it's not.
नहीं मिला आपको? इसकी
No.
You send me a chat.
Okay, if FRT.ai, got it.
Yes. Got it, right?
It's website. Lead with clarity, execute with intelligence, dashboard. So is it again the same remote work help like tool that can help in remote work management, or it's something else?
Pardon? What did you say?
It's different from what Remotedesk is providing as a software, or what? It's something new.
Remotedesk is different and FRT is different.
Okay.
It's a new product that we have developed. So Remotedesk already has a separate sales team. Okay. You will be part of FRT sales team. You will be responsible for increasing the sales of FRT.
Visibility, relocation, automation, orchestration, positive enforcement efforts, come user channel, removing need manual logos. So it is something that is automating the work process, or what?
Yeah, hey Prateek.
Hi Rajneesh.
All right, I got delayed, but how is Prateek? I don't find the resume attached here. So
just a minute, I'll just check.
So yeah, Rajneesh, your same name.
Correct. I find out it's the same name.
Have you found Rajneesh? It's already there.
About the 40. Okay.
I did not find it.
On your chat.
In the chat. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. I remember seeing this. All right, I'd love to hear, Rajneesh, how has been your journey so far? Okay.
All right. So let me start with my career, like how it's going. So as mentioned, I'm sales professional with 9 years of experience in B2B sales, mainly handling the SME sales cycle, MSME, then enterprise sales. While I started in 2017 from India Mart, where I was basically dealing with the SMEs, going to do the cold calls and closing them for the package that India Mart provides. So starting from there, I switched it to the quicker, where I was working as a key account manager, where basically handling end-to-end sales, starting from doing cold call to taking the renewal. Everything I have taken care of in that particular quicker role. Then after that, I went into the SaaS. The first company was Sunstone, where I was managing LMS, a student learning cycle management tool, which were again helping end-to-end management of a student life cycle, whether the lead got generated, then to the publication of a mark sheet and dispersal of their seat, their degree. It take care of everything. It is automating their curriculum, their marks, everything was there on the system. So that what I taken care for the 2 years. Then I switched to the Mike Legal, where I'm again selling the AI based software that basically they are providing to the law firms and the corporate who is having a bigger database to manage in terms of a legal processes, whether it's a IP, whether it's a contract, whether it's a litigation. So the tool is helping them automate the complete structure, the streamline the process and optimize the process. So that's the product which I am dealing. And here again, I'm the part of hunting team, so I have to take care of leads, uh, set a demonstration, then provide them demonstration, and then close the deal. So that's the overall work which I'm managing right here in Mike Legal. So it's going to be 2 years in March. So that's a complete summary about my work profile.
Oh, that's awesome. So you closed almost 3 crore of annual revenue.
Correct.
It was how many team members who were helping you, or it was your own quota?
No, so there is a team. There is a, as I mentioned, there is a inside team. So there are 4 members in the inside teams who supports me or helps me to find out the leads or make the process more faster. So they do the cold calling and provide the demonstrations for me. So that again is their part. Along with that, my part is to help them to fix more number of demos, and demo giving and then closing is my part.
Okay. Okay, good. So now tell me, like, how will you approach selling FRT to a VP of engineering who is skeptical about adding another productivity tool?
All right. So again, it's a normal thing. Whenever we call to any particular person, they in starting they are skeptical, unless and until we are not giving them something relevant related to their work, like how we can help them to streamline their process and make the process more faster, which can ultimately help them get the ROI. So ROI is, I think, the best thing to justify any product. And then if we have any competitors or any name where they can relate, so they becomes the first part is obviously to bring them on the demonstration. In the demonstration, obviously we can help them to understand what exactly we are doing, how we are going to bring the ROI. So the process will be simple to justify the ROI that we are going to take. And the second thing is how it's helping other their competitors. So if there is any 1 or 2 case studies, so that process become easier to make them understand.
So yeah, ask me questions. What questions you will ask me if I'm the customer prospect?
So first,
say I'm the engineering, and you're trying to sell me FRT, and I'm saying, oh yeah, there's so many tools I'm using for productivity improvement. Why do I need FRT? So what questions you will ask?
So first of all, the question that I'll ask is if they are comfortable to let me know their current process or their structure, how exactly they are working. If they are comfortable to share me the current process, so within that I can find out the loophole or where exactly my tool is going to fit any particular pain point where their team is taking longer time, or where we have some USP or edge where we can justify that part. So I'll simply go with let me sir, if you can let me know your current process, so I can help you out where exactly our product get fits.
Okay. You have looked at FRT. You know about FRT, right?
I am not completely aware about the FRT's use cases. I just understand that this will be helping the teams, different functions to get on a one platform where they can streamline and where they can make the process more smoother using interaction and using app. What I was understanding, I could be wrong because I didn't get that much of time to have more understanding. But if it's like a Altation and some other operational tool, that not exactly, but something like that. So my understanding as of now, because I didn't completely research about the things because of the time constraint, so that's as of now my take on that.
So I'll just keep quickly tell you what is FRT so that you are able to answer them. So FRT is basically a group of AI agents to help a manager manage team better. When it comes to manage team better, what basically means, right? What are the current challenges as a manager? First one is the visibility of effort, like who is doing what. Okay. And especially when you bring AI in the loop, that lots of work will be done by AI, the visibility becomes even more clouded than before. Okay. Second is, as a manager, the challenge is, okay, how to adapt the resource assignment, how to optimize the effort, because as AI becomes better and better, the need to keep assigning the work to AI versus human versus automation will be higher and higher, right? So as a manager, you'll have to really decide fast what to do. So that also effort assignment, effort allocation becomes a challenge, right? And in future, overall orchestration of work, like converting work into tasks and then utilizing the right resource for the task based on the state of the art abilities of the AI and human resources will also become a future need for all managers. So FRT is creating agents to handle that. As of now, today, FRT has agents for getting updates on managers' behalf. You can set your personality. You can get updates from different team members. Updates can be based on the project status. It can be based on monthly, weekly, quarterly cadence of how you want to drive the work culture. It can be set with our survey, getting updates, and then it automatically gives you the summary. It finds out who is blocked on home, and you can actually let it be the blocker remover agent. So it can actually go. You can tell like what it is allowed to do and not, and then it will help you remove the blocker so that team can continue to perform. And you as a manager are able to manage with less effort, right? So that's what effort is. Does it make sense?
Clearly. So what I understand, like it's going to help at multiple levels and going to reduce the burden of a multiple stakeholders in the company. And as like the ROI, as I was telling you, so it's definitely going to justify the ROI that are going to pay, because it's going to help to reduce the time, the workload, make the process streamline, at the same time going to give more better result, because they can analyze the work, they can analyze the things, whatever the data it's collecting. So as I mentioned, once I'll get what all, mainly all these tasks are manually, what I understand in the organizations, all these tasks are manually, which we are automating. So it's giving them a bandwidth to think and to create something new, something productivity. So yeah, I was not aware that this many tasks it's going to do. So it's clear cut, very helpful tool for any organization and for any person, any stakeholder who is going to use this at any level.
Okay, perfect. So I will. I forgot to record the meeting so that we can remember. So let me.
I have already recorded. That's my one of habit. I never missed any.
Oh yeah, that's good. So let me do it here. All right, perfect. Thanks. Now, so the question.
This call is now being recorded. This call is now taking notes.
How it can help.
This call is now being
Let's go
transcribed.
back to your resume. So you have sold legal tech, you have sold LMS, tech solutions, right?
Correct.
Engineering leaders, which may be the first persona that FRT applies to, they think a little bit differently than legal counsel, right? Or university administrators. So how will you adapt your approach to sell FRT?
So for the what, like in legal also, we have a conversation with with their tech team, because they try to find out about our software, how exactly it's working, the architecture, and the risk involved, the data leakage, all that. So regarding that, we have to connect with the tech team also. So what I find out, like they are mainly focused into the architecture, the structure, any loophole or any data leakages and any violation kind of thing that's happened. So they are more concerned about that. Apart from that, at the same time, they also if they are at a stakeholders, so they also know about the ROI. They do have concern related to that. So two things: the technical aspect, which I needs to adapt or have to get the idea about what FIT is having, its architecture and things. And then the second part is ROI, which at the last we have to do, whether I deal with the general counsel, legal counsel, college professor, or a dean, or any other person. At the last, they are concerned about the ROI, which if they will decide to take this software or this particular tool. So if they will be justify their management that ROI that they are giving or not. So these 2 3 factors which I'll try to justify or make that clear how exactly it's working and how exactly it's giving them in for their firm.
So, so do you understand? Can you tell me what is the difference in the buyer persona of engineering team versus legal tech head?
Okay. So buyer persona of legal head or a tech team, if I have to bifurcate them, so legals are more concerned about the finance. They have a their concern is finance, and the second concern is security check or the violation of any kind of data, because that's their biggest concern. Apart from ROI can be negligent, but security concern cannot be there, because legal any leakage in the legal is a big blunder for their firm and for their corporation. And for the tech team, it's purely architecture and the system, and at the same time productivity. They, what I believe, they are different in terms of giving productivity, because their process is little bit lengthier, tedious. And if we can focus on the productivity part, so there that could be a trigger to sell any tech guy.
So you're saying that productivity concern is common between the two, and
Productivity and risk, correct.
is also
Both are very, because at this time legals also focus on the like this legal industry is completely going on a technical aspect. Everything they are having, everything is on the server and on the system only. So they are also very much concerned about the technical challenges and the technical loophole that could be there. So that's one of the main concern at the last comes out. Whenever we justify all the things, the last concern and the biggest concern without which they cannot proceed, they want NDA, they want agreement, and any sort of things which can confirm that 100% confirm them that their data is secure. So that's the final call they take it. After that they decide to take the software or not.
Okay, now so give me the process for building pipeline from scratch to a new market, and be specific about tools, cadences, and metrics you will track. Yeah, and just take 2 minutes to answer.
All right. So to reach out or to make my pipeline, let's say in a first month or second month, between first to second month, I'll first collect the data, first target the companies, which all companies I have to target. Let's say I'll take 500 companies which are my prospect. I'll connect with their head of tech teams, the CIOs, and I'll connect them over the LinkedIn. The first connect, why I choose the LinkedIn, and I try to focus. I'll try to follow up them 1 or 2 times. Then I'll connect them over the email, and then I'll go for the cold calling. So out of, let's say if I have selected 500 companies, the ratio says that I will be able to take 40 to 50 demonstrations from them. So for the initial first month, I'll try to book 40, 50 or 60 demonstrations, whatever could I can get it. Then out of that, I'll send the follow-ups, whoever send the proposal, whoever is required, whoever is interested after watching the demonstrations and is keen to have a proposal. So again, that would make, if I'm giving 40 demonstrations, so I'll be able to send 20 proposal at least. And on that 20 proposal, I'll try to follow up, I'll try to close them, whatever the challenges are, it's going, I'll try to resolve them and solve and close it within the 2 or 3 months, initial 2 or 3 months. So that's how I'm going to make it. Along with that, if there is any technical event that's happening where there is a technical crowd is coming, I'll approach that also. And if there is any data available, like online, there are multiple data where I could get the email ID and numbers. So that's a parallel process which I'll be keep on doing, keep on checking to make my pipeline more faster and more bigger. And the same thing I will be keep on doing using Salesforce, using different tools. I'll be trying to increase my pipeline for the coming days and generating multiple points where I could get the demonstration. I could increase my pipeline.
So you gave me the process. In the process, what is the qualification criteria you would use to make sure that your pipeline is really working? Like, I also asked, like, what are the tools and what are the metrics you will track to make sure your pipeline is doing well? So you didn't answer that question.
So for the matrix point of view, as I mentioned, like I'll track the percentage of conversation. Let's take again, I can reiterate, like if I'm connecting 500 and out of 500, if I'm not able to book at least 60 or 70 or around that, so there means something wrong which I'm doing for a fresh product. Even if I'm not booking a 50 or 60 demonstration out of 500, which is a 10% very least, mainly it's a more, but yeah, pipeline will get increase in the further month. So first thing, I'll track the percentage, what percentage I'm getting on the demonstration, then how much they are asking, how what percentage is asking for the proposal and what percentage is going for the closer. So basis of a standard numbers, like if the 20% average 20% is a booking ratio in B2B, then there is a 10% or 8 to 10% proposal sending, then out of that 2 to 3% is a ideal or a closing, which if I'm not getting it, so I'll reiterate, I'll restyle, I'll target, I'll shift my target, I'll shift my pitch, I'll do some changes in the process so that I can uh, make my matrix bit better. So that will be the numbers which I'll be chasing, because ultimately in sales what I track is the number. If numbers are correct, going correct, so it's mean I am on the right path. If it's lacking, so that means I need to change, whether it's my pitch, whether it's my understanding about the product, whether what I'm explaining. So as I mentioned, I always record everything, whether it's a call, whether it's a demo, so that I can review that, I can find out what uh, are the things that I did wrong, or what are the things I did right, so that I can improve on continuously. But again, that's a continuous process which I keep on doing throughout the year. So that will be the matrix for me to check if the things are going right or not.
So you achieved 30% pipeline increase and won the Hall of Fame award, right? What drove those results?
So in India Mart, basically it's numbers that we have to drive. Usually it's at that time it was a target of 8 closings per month. And if you are overachieving, like they were branch which have around 20 or 25 people, so like in every quarter there is like the whoever is doing the maximum number of closings, their name is get uh, highlighted on on a wall which we call the Hall of Fame. So there were multiple times when I was the best salesperson for that quarter, for which I got which I got award and the recognition. So it was simple. It was simply numbers of closings that you were going to do, because their package was fixed. It was a fixed package, a yearly package, which we needs to sell it, and that was the only thing we were doing. The new client acquisition, client retention, and all thing was a different team's work.
So what was the? I know the number was fixed and you crossed it, so you got it. But what is something you think you did consistently that helped? Like why others didn't get it?
Yes. So in India Mart, it was pure uh, hard work game. Like the more number of prospect you are going to have, because again in that market, same in the same market, there are lots of BDs or executives are working. So the one who has the maximum number of prospect in their hand, whether there is a new company that's opening, you have to keep a look on that. At that time, it was not also, mainly SMEs are also not available online, so we have to visit continuously the areas and find out the new persons who are opening the business. We have to be in touch with them. So it was pure pipeline game. The bigger number of a pipeline I have, so the again it's, I cannot close 100%, I cannot close 50%. The average ratio is between 10-20%, or you can push it to the 25%. So if you have a good
okay, you made it bigger than others, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now let's understand that you have MBA background, right?
Correct.
And FRT and selling AI is very technical in the sense that, not very technical, but it's a lot technical in the sense that everybody thinks, oh, they can build themselves.
Correct.
And there will be so much of competition because now that ability to build product is more widespread. Everybody will say, oh, I also can do the same. I also can do the same, right? So let's say that you are selling FRT to engineering leaders, and these leaders, they use GitHub, Jira, data, dashboard, and this and that, right? How do you build the credibility as a salesperson that you are one of them when you are selling to an AI engineer, AI head AI of a company, you know?
All right. So for the technical side, I have my MBA background, but along with that, I am too much keen in the tech part, due to which I gone for the full stack course. I went for the data science. So I'll say I'm not fully aware, but I have a good experience or hands-on on the technical side. So it's a GitHub or any kind of a thing that's happening in the industry. I have a bit better exposure compared to any MBA guide, because that was my interest point where I was focused, where due to which I did multiple courses. Again, I am very much interested about the LLM and what exactly coming new in the market. So I keep on check on that sides. And AI agents has been again very going to be a very cliche kind of a thing, because every another or some another is making some kind of AI. But it's not just about they are building, it's about the quality and productivity. What I have seen, a lot of company launch multiple products, but they launch it but it get failed because of the not properly building that, because of some bugs, because of something. So many times, like in my personal life, I have seen multiple times companies launch the product in all the companies, they are getting failed. So it's not just about a technical guy who is sitting, who knows and who can build it, but how better that software is. Like, is it perfect to work all 365 days, or if there is glitches, if it's continuous glitches even for a 2 or 3 minutes, that glitch will hamper their complete productivity, their uh, complete structure will get stuck, their complete company's environment or complete company process will get stuck for that particular moment, where someone could be doing a very important work which will get stuck. So that was the part where I could justify my software, that my software has been designed by some guys who have perfection, who, like, my software is perfect, it will not have that kind of things. At that point I can justify, because nowadays I won't use that word, but yeah, now every third or fourth person is a AI engineer, and they are shifting into AI. Whatever they were doing, they are shifting into that part, but that do not means that they can build the perfect. Even I have a degree, I have a certifications for full stack, for the data science, and multiple tech courses I have. I could also build, but that would not be the perfect. I can sold it to a Fortune 500 companies. They cannot trust on me because of the structure. So if I can justify that part, my software can justify that part, that every moment it will work, I can assure that. So that could be the selling point, or that could be the point where I could give the credibility. If they required, I could give them a 1 week or a 3-4 days trial, so that they can have a hands of experience. Along with that, there are multiple interface related things, how smooth it is, because a lot of time engineers create the things, but they are not aware about the designing, they are not aware how to make that uh, user friendly. And even my Mike Legal, that's the one biggest point which we sell, that every competitor is giving a lot of features, but the main interface is scattered. Like, when someone is going, they do not know where to find out. And even there are, as I mentioned, there are glitches and few things very minor that are also a selling point. The someone who is using it's a big thing for him. If it's getting delayed to give the response, even a 30 second, even a 10 second, even a 1 second delayed response is matters nowadays, because everyone is having a use of this technology, and they want perfection. They don't want any kind of a glitches, any kind of things, because that could be make using AI and chatbot. They can give code, you have to just run, and that could be uh, things can be done. But that's not how a proper company could sustain. A proper company would generate credibility.
So, so you have closed the deals with PES, Wellspun, right? Like, pick up one deal which was the most complex, and tell me what made it complex and how did you make it happen.
So one deal that I closed, it's not mentioned in that one. That was the deal with the MBD. When I joined the company, when I joined the Mind Legal, I got connected with one person in the MBD group based out on the ITO. And after one demonstration, he transferred to the legal head of that company. His name is Mr. Clays, and he's somewhere around 50, 60 year old person. So he get the idea, he get the feedback, he got everything good about the Mind Legal. But and he also insisted that he wants the tool because it's helpful. But the only concern that got stuck was the approval from his owner. He was wanted that unless and until the owner is not going to give the approval, he cannot take that. So that was the point where it got stuck. Like owner was not available for many months, and he was, even we cannot connect them directly because he's not from the legal team. We cannot give them the idea. So that was the point. It got stuck for 5 6 months and more than that period. But the only thing that I did was keep him in the loop. I went the ITO. It's near about my. I am based out in the Faridabad, so it's near. So I went and meet him 2 or 3 times and convince him that he approach his owner. He called him, and he insists that he wants. So the only thing different I did was I didn't lose. I went to him 3 4 5 times, build connections, so that he at least have a more than 100 and 120% of a confidence on the tool, so that he can convince his owner. So he was the one who convinced. I won't say it was a great move, but yeah, it was something which I could do, which was in my hand, and I did that. So it got closed around 8 or 9 months it take. But yeah, it was a good deal. They were happy. I was happy because after a very lengthy follow up, after too much of follow ups, and after too much giving him conviction, I finally make that. So that was the longest closer I did because of the follow ups and because of not leaving that particular customer.
And got it. Yeah. And suppose you, the person you were talking to, right? His owner is the one who was ghosting him. Suppose the person you were talking to, he himself ghosted you. What would you have done?
So in sales, like if someone is ghosting me, obviously I could use 2 or 3 things. I could the first thing, we have a virtual round. So the second time I just try to make them meet personally. If they are ghosting, they are not wanting to meet me, so I just keep on approaching that. Oh hi, I am in this area, I'm just near about you. I was just having a like thought, like if we can meet today and have some conversation. So I try to make the personal connection. I try to meet them personally, so that I can have a conversation, and I can find out what exactly is the issue. If there is, because if they like the tool and if they are 100% convinced, so they will obviously go. There might be some chances they are, because only that then they are ghosting. Either they don't want the tool, they are not interested, they are not required. Either they have another options, or either they are finding out something based on the price or based on the proposition. So I try to find out that points which could be possible when we are sitting physically, because we could talk for an hour. Virtually that could not be possible. So I try to find out that points, and then I try to hit on that part, that or resolve that part, that okay, if it's pricing issue or something, so how I can make that sure. If it's still it's not working, and the conviction is not there in the client, so I leave it and I move to the next part, because wasting time on something, maybe he could take it, but I am not able to crack that. Wasting on time, I could let know about the seniors if they can crack it, or if it's not possible, I'll move to the another, because uh, wasting time do not make sense.
Okay. So suppose you join FRT and you are not given any lead, no playbook, just the product and some understanding of the profile we are going after, right? What would you do in your first 30 days?
Okay, so as I mentioned, like in B2B, it's obviously no one is going to give us data, because everything data we have to source, we have to find out which we are comfortable. We just only, or I just only require the understanding about the product, what all the counters or what all objections could be there, just a proper answer, proper training about the product, whatever the objections, if I'm able to handle that, then rest, it's all the part that I have been doing since the first job which I had in India Mart. As I mentioned, we have to cold call, we have to find out, and nowadays it's simpler because of the LinkedIn and because of the multiple sources. There are multiple directories which helps me to find out the first bulk data, then filtering that, then sending them email, then bifurcation using the Salesforce, then finding out the exact person. So I'll start with that, using first I'll find out a bulk data, send them email, a bulk email, whatever response I'm getting, i'll I'll work on that. If I'm not getting, I'll send 2 3 more follow-ups, and then I'll go on the one by one LinkedIn scrapping, and then using Salesforce and finding their email IDs and numbers, and try to building that structure. So first push will be the bulk data, then individual finding out their emails, email, bulk email, sending them personalized email, then calling them personally over the cold call, and then building the structure. So first 30 days I'll have the understanding, I'll make my pipeline using bulk data and using LinkedIn both, and that's how I'll be doing the next month's work.
So we'll create the structure. Okay. All right. We are out of time. Any question you have for me?
So I was as like only concerned about the product and how exactly. So obviously that could not be. You already have answered all the things. So nothing as such to ask you, but yeah, one thing like that I right now I have in my mind. I was in previous interview, I was not aware I was having an interview for the 40. I was thinking it's for the Remotedesk, which is your like main product that you are selling. So like in the, for the FRT, like how you already have mentioned it's AI agent. So I haven't checked if there is any competitor or anyone who is making it that also do not make sense. But what are the main USPs you mentioned? uh, if there is any competitor that makes it slightly better than compared to that one, and also if it's based out on India, or it's my role will be for the global, because I as of now I do not have that much of global exposure because of the, because in Mike Legal it was very much limited to due to regulatory, it's territory based only. We have few clients in the APAC region, or in the Middle East, but that's very less.
Yeah, no, so quickly, the two questions you asked, what is the competition, what is the USP? That's the first one, and your role, whether it's global or India. So second question, easier to answer, it is first we are aiming for India. Once we hit a traction of at least 10,000 users using it daily, then we will increase the scope. So India is your focus, so you are good there. The first one, are there competitors? Yeah, this being the field where, every project management tool or software, they all want to have an AI agent which can help manage the product better, right? So there's lots of competition. There's lots of incumbents who want to become AI. What is the USP for us? So AI by nature is, you can make it too generic, like ChatGPT, or you can make it very specific to a specific use cases, a specific personality of people you're dealing with, a specific domain, right? And you start with generic, and then you basically become focused on one, where you can add most value, and you have more data to train your model to become better than others, right?
Okay.
So even there are many, at the end, the one which are too generic won't survive, because basically the ability now as a user to search which is the best option for me. Earlier it was hard, because earlier it was very hard to know which one I should use, because only 2-3 main one, others won't even show up to you. Now it is possible to reach out to everybody. So as a user, people will be able to find that, oh, this is something which really meets my needs, so let me use this, right? So from that perspective, there will be a need for unique, domain-specific, custom project manager who is really, really advanced in that, right?
Okay.
We will. So there's a need for multiple players like this. That's the one. In terms of the USP, if that will become the USP, so for example, right now, say Asana, ClickUp, Jira, these are the all on project management softwares, right? They all are going after generic approach. They don't know Indian personality of people, how they work, what is their way to respond to the questions, stuff like that, right? So even if they will build, right, a tool which is really doing that, but for Indian team, even that within India team, people who are a little bit distributed, hybrid workforce, where the asynchronous communication is a bigger challenge, right? Those are all how, so we are building the software in a way where it is working for that type of personality, that type of communication challenges that happens when those kind of things happen. So that's where our USP. One of the simple USP you can see is that a survey, for example, right? You want a survey from people that, how are you feeling, right? Say you have 100 people in your company. Right now, you use the hundreds of surveys out there. You use them, all of them will have the same problem, which is you will get 60% response, 40% won't even respond to you, right? Now you are basically deciding making a decision based on 60%, even less than that, and you are missing on actual whole signal of the company, right? What works is the enforceability. That how can you really enforce that everybody responds to it, right? That's where in FRT, for example, what we did is we are making FRT available as a mobile app, as a desktop app, as a web app. Now, as a desktop app, if you don't respond, FRT will not let you work. You can configure that if somebody doesn't respond within 3 days, and it is so urgent, then let them do it only, then let them proceed, right? So that possibility of things, you cannot do that in US. Right? In US, like, oh, what, you are forcing me to do certain thing. But then based on culture in India, you can, and so that becomes a USP, which solves the biggest problem in every software is people don't do things, right? So that's one of the USP, but there are similar USPs which are really geared towards the work culture that we are targeting for, right? Does it make sense?
Got it. That makes sense. Obviously, for the Indian market, there are different customizations which required in every tool. So that makes sense actually. And the app part in our industry also, lawyers are very keen to have everything over the app because they travel, they wants to have data access on the phone only. So that actually makes sense.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Thanks, Rajneesh. Thanks for your time. All right. We'll stay in touch.
Thank you, Rajneesh. Thank you for your time. It was great talking to you. Yeah. Bye.
Yeah. Bye, Pratiksha. Thanks, Rajneesh. Bye.